anybody to feel uncomfortable, because if you feel uncomfortable, you know, even if I'm 10 miles away, I will feel uncomfortable too. And also, I'm going to tell you 3 things while I make this bread, 3 things that you will never see on this channel. Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to make just regular classic sourdough. I'm going to make 1 large loaf, but I might end up splitting it into 2 later just so that I can make 2 different flavors. If I forget to say the ingredients out loud, I will either overlay them on the video or I'll put them in the caption. And also, I'm going to tell you 3 things while I make this bread, 3 things that you will never see on this channel. Not like a negative thing, it's just 3 things you won't ever see, okay? Let's go. Okay, so large bowl, onto the kitchen scale, and I'm going to do 120 grams of sourdough starter. 122, close enough. Okay, so the first thing you will never see on this channel is calling people out. Whether that's like social media, like feuds between influencers, like if someone clearly did something wrong, this is not the place for that, right? At least for me. So I think that if there's like, you know, feuds going on between social media influencers, that's for them to deal with. And if someone's very specifically in the wrong, that's not my place, okay? So like, I believe that they are getting enough hate and enough backlash. They don't need to add me to it, right? All right, putting the scale away. All right, and now I'm going to add 620 grams of filtered water, room temperature. Sometimes I will warm the water up just a little bit to help speed up the fermentation process. All right, just making this not so clumpy. And the second thing that you will never see on this channel is me like outright cussing. That's fine if you do it in real life. Sometimes I do it in real life outside of this channel. You're just not gonna hear me cussing outright because I know that, you know, you might watch these videos around your kids or out in public, like at a doctor's office or wherever. And I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable, because if you feel uncomfortable, you know, even if I'm 10 miles away, I will feel uncomfortable too. So I just don't want to add to the uncomfortableness, right? Okay. We have the sourdough starter and the water. So that was 120 grams of sourdough starter and 620 grams of filtered water. I just did room temperature, but again, you can put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, warm it up a bit to help speed up the fermentation process. And now we're going to add 1,000 grams of flour. All right, so the third thing that you will not see on this channel is giving people attention that want it in a negative way. So no matter how far this channel goes or doesn't go, there's bound to be mean comments, rude comments, anything like that. And I will never be the type of person that will screenshot the person's comment and, you know, call them out and talk about how terrible of a person they are, because that leads to doxing, and doxing ruins people's lives. And while they may not have been the nicest person to me or whoever, I don't want to contribute to anybody's mental health in a negative way. So those are the 3 that I had for things that you will never see on this channel. Commenting on negative feuds, stuff like that, cussing, and then giving negative people attention. So anyways,